Today we are working on a 2006 Toyota 4Runner. This is my I've had this since 2006. I bought it brand new. This is a two-wheel drive base model SR5 and currently has about 165,000 miles on this car. And this car, she's a beauty. I love this car. She's been great. It's been a great car. And today I'm gonna do a differential fluid exchange. So the first time I did a differential fluid exchange was at 80,000 miles, and right now, since it hit 165,000, I think it's long enough for me to do another exchange. And I originally was gonna use the OEM oil from Toyota, but when I called the dealership, they don't even stock the actual oil that they used. So what I'm using today is the Redline synthetic oil 75W90. So when I called the dealership and asked them what oil I should use, this is what they recommended. So that's the oil I'm going to use. Now, the screws on this thing have been rusted. Let me see if I have the spray that I used for this thing to basically break the rust. Sorry about that. If you guys don't have this, definitely buy it. The Blaster PB penetration catalyst. Here, let me see if you guys can see it. I'll put a link down below for this as well. This thing works miracles, and I've had so much success with that spray, and it works great. So I'm not gonna bore you guys anymore. Let's get to this. Let's break the let's open the screws, let's drain the oil, and oh, let me show you one more thing. I made a contraption because differential oil makes such a mess, and it stinks. It just smells terrible. So several years ago, what I did was I built this. This is a hand sprayer for you know, pesticide, whatever you want to call it. I put a gauge on it because I was using this to flush my brake fluid system. And I'm using the same thing just to pump the oil back in the differential. Because if you want to find a pump and pump this stinky, nasty oil back in the differential, you're just gonna make a huge mess. I know they make like these squeeze bottles or whatever, but it turns out to be super expensive. So let's get to it. Let's get this done. This shouldn't take more than 15-20 minutes max. If you're running into a problem, most of your time is going to be spent on breaking the bolts, but that's about it. So I already broke the bolts because you guys don't need to see that. So now I'm going to get under the car, and it'll be a good idea to take the spare out if you want to. I didn't. I'm just going to slide right below the car, drain the oil, let it drain for about 5 or 10 minutes, then seal it off, close it off. I got a new screw for it which has the magnet. I want to see if it fits. I don't know if it fits. Great, it's stainless steel. If it doesn't fit, I'll just use the old one and I just put some new washers on there. So let's get to it. Okay guys, as the oil is draining, the new socket, the new screw that I got, it doesn't, let's see if you guys can see me. Hi. The new socket that I got, it doesn't, it's not large enough, so it wasn't the right fit, so I got to return that one. But I do have a washer set, so I'm going to replace the little washer that comes with this thing, which is this. So you definitely want to replace these when you put the screws back. So these, both the drain and fill plug, they're 3/4 inch screws. So you need a 3/4 inch socket to get these open. So I'm gonna put the new ones on, and as soon as this thing finishes draining, I will put the new screws on. I'll put back the screws, and we'll go from there. So stand by. Be right back. Alright, so now it's all drained out. It's just dripping oil, so I'm just gonna put the screw back on. And guys, definitely wear a glove because this stuff stinks. I think I already mentioned it once, but you know, I can't mention it enough, like how bad these oils smell. They smell really, really bad. Alright, so we're gonna push the oil pan out of the way. I'm gonna take my socket, and I'm gonna use a torque wrench because this requires 29 pounds of torque from when I got the specs. So let's tighten this up. Alright, so we got 29 pounds of torque. Now here comes the fun part. Definitely leave the oil, bring the oil pan back and put it underneath the differential before you start squeezing in the oil. Now as you build pressure in this thing's gonna skirt out, so do it slowly. And it takes 3 liters of the oil. So that's how much oil it'll take. As you can see, some oil is dripping out. It's probably from the fitting. Let me see if I can get this closer so I could avoid spilling oil here. All right. Alright guys, so it's finished. That was fun. If you end up using the setup I used, you're more than welcome to use it. Do I recommend it? Sure. I mean, it worked for me. Just think ahead and seal off that little hole at the end of the blaster, because a lot of oil will leak out from there. So just a little duct tape or some sort of tape will block most of the oil coming out. But overall, it's not that hard to change the differential oil. I'm a bigger guy, so I have little trouble moving around. I do have arthritis in my neck, so it's very uncomfortable for me to be under the car for a long period of time. But overall, it wasn't hard. So experience level, I don't know, 2, 3. You be the judge. But I hope you liked the video. Share, like, and subscribe, and put your comments down below. Peace out.